أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الملك يومئذ لله يحكم بينهم فالذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات في جنات النعيم والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا فأولئك لهم عذاب مهين والذين هاجروا في سبيل الله ثم قتلوا أو ماتوا ليرزقنهم الله رزقا حسنا وإن الله لهو خير الرازقين ليدخلنهم مدخلا يرضونه وإن الله لعليم حليم ذلك ومن عاقب بمثل ما عوقب به ثم بغي عليه لينصرنه الله إن الله لعفو غفور ذلك بأن الله يولج الليل في النهار ويولج النهار في الليل وأن الله سميع بصير. الحمد لله رب العالمين وأصلي وأسلم على المبعوث رحمة للعالمين بعثه الله شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Honestly, brothers and sisters, I'm very, very happy to see every single one of you guys today. I know you guys have exams. Is that correct? Right, and despite your exams, you made this huge sacrifice to sit in front of this miskin. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless and honor every single one of you guys. And also, I want to make a special dua for our chaplain. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless him, who I believe does excellent work. Am I correct to say that, guys? Yes? And also, mashallah, tabarakallah, the ISOC, the Islamic Society, which is being spearheaded by our brother Ali and the rest of his team. I think there's like 50 guys doing dentistry that are helping him out. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless them all. Ali, mashallah, tabarakallah. We clicked earlier because both our theses is on AI. He's doing AI in cricket, right? While my master's dissertation is on modern day fiqh applications on AI robots. I'm trying to be forward thinking. Don't be put off by the beard and the thobe, right? Surah Yusuf, guys. By the way, if sisters, they want to go maybe more to those sides so they can see whatever's on the screen. Switched off, right? Every time I say click, please click. What's your name? Bilal. May Allah preserve you, Bilal. Surah Yusuf, my brothers and my sisters. Click, ya Bilal. Right? Inshallah ta'ala, I will be giving you guys a free ebook at the end. I know you guys like free things. So I will be, inshallah ta'ala, giving this to you guys right at the end. So don't worry about scanning it right now. Everything you guys find on the screen, only what's on the screen, you will get that for free, inshallah ta'ala, and more. Right? You may want to write down some of the points that I mentioned and some of the Taymi principles that I'm going to be giving you guys, life lessons, as we go along. Click, ya. Surah Yusuf, my brothers and my sisters. Why Surah Yusuf? This is one of those chapters, my brothers and my sisters, that is so comprehensive. Of course, the whole Quran is comprehensive, but if there is one chapter in the Quran that a university student can't do without, is Surah Yusuf. People from different walks of life, they can all benefit from this wonderful chapter. Right? Practicing, non-practicing. And I mean it when I say, my brothers and my sisters, it doesn't matter today, while you are sitting here in this lecture, where you are at in your journey to Allah. It doesn't matter to me, my brothers and my sisters, if you are the biggest drug dealer on university campus. Don't put your hand up, right? If you are a sister that is up to no good online, right? The sky is the limit. You might take 1,000 steps away from Allah Azza wa Jal. You only need one step to come back to Him. Every single one of us, my brothers and my sisters, has had a turning point. You might see this beard, my brothers and my sisters, and this wonderful thobe. Say, Allahumma barik, don't give me your evil eye, right? But that wasn't always the case. Once upon a time, I was being chased by a helicopter on the streets of London. Don't ask why, right? We all came from somewhere, my brothers and my sisters. It wasn't always plain sailing. No one has the right to make you feel that you are not deserving to be sitting here. Last time I checked, my brothers and my sisters, seeking knowledge isn't just for practicing people. طلب العلم فريضة على كل Muslim. As long as you identify as a Muslim, right? You fall under this hadith as well. I know people are identifying as all sorts of things today, right? But you identify as a Muslim, right? You fall under this hadith. You can come and seek knowledge. And no one has the right to make you feel as if you're not deserving to be sitting here. I don't care where you are at in your journey to Allah Azza wa Jal, right? The sky is the limit. We've all had a turning point, and it could be this particular lecture. Is everyone with me? Right? This point is important, what I'm mentioning now, because it's going to come in extremely handy right at the end. Like I said, guys, the sky is the limit, right? Doesn't matter where you are in your journey to Allah Azza wa Jal. 1,000 steps away, you only need one step to come back to Allah Azza wa Jal. So like I said, practicing, non-practicing, Muslim, non-Muslim, yes, even a non-Muslim can benefit from Surah Yusuf. I'll tell you guys something, my brothers and my sisters. A couple of years ago, I did a similar university tour. Put your hand up if you were there, 3 years ago. Of course, our ISAC president was there because he's on a 7-year course, right? I picked the same theme, right? I picked the same theme. I went to University of Sheffield the other day. Do you guys know what that is? Maybe an hour and a half from Manchester or Gunchester, whatever you guys call it, right? A sister came up to me and she said she wants to speak to me, right, after the lecture. I said, no problem. I'm thinking she has a question. So I go up to the sister, thinking she's going to ask a question. She goes, no, I don't want to ask you a question. I just want to tell you something. I came to your university lecture 3 years ago, and it was about the chapter of Joseph. I believe she has a Christian background, right? She said, I sat there, and that chapter changed my life for the better. She's not your average university student right now, guys. She is the current vice president of the Islamic Society at the University of Sheffield. Look where she was, look where she is, right? A lot can change in 3 years, guys. When at the time, 3 years ago, she just turned up as a non-Muslim. And this is what the Quran does, guys. It's transformative. That's if we engage with it. That's if we engage with it. Let's be honest with ourselves. Many a time we might have this secular approach with the Quran. Meaning, we only pick up the Quran when certain things go wrong in our lives. A couple of days later, we just continue where we left off. Only when certain things go wrong, we might pick up the Quran, read it a little bit, and then life goes back to normal. Or we might treat this Quran, my brothers and my sisters, as an outdated history book that we leave on the shelves collecting dust. The Quran is so much more than that, my brothers and my sisters. Right? Hopefully, inshallah ta'ala, today will be the beginning of a journey, right? That we go on with the book of Allah Azza wa Jal. We can sit here till Fajr. Shall we sit till Fajr? Right? And everyone pours out their problems, and I can give you the solution from the Quran, either directly or indirectly. That's how powerful the Quran is, guys. So if you're going through sadness, heartbreak, right, depression, you feel forsaken, betrayed, Surah Yusuf, look on the screen, guys, right to the bottom. The statement of Abu al-Abbas ibn Ata, When he said, لا يسمع سورة يوسف محزون إلا استراح إليها. Someone who's going through sadness and then listens to Surah Yusuf, not just listening, but reflecting on it, except that he will find comfort in it. Right? Likewise, my brothers and my sisters, if you are now infatuated, obsessed with the opposite gender. Anyone here obsessed with the opposite gender? No, don't put your hand up, please. May Allah Azza wa Jal help you. Right? By the way, guys, it's perfectly natural to love the opposite gender, but we have a problem with obsession. That's not normal. Being infatuated, that's a big problem, which we're going to be dealing with today, inshallah ta'ala. Right? It's one of our main talking points today. Likewise, you've been thrown into prison, unjustly dealt with in a wrong way. Surah Yusuf. Right? Even parents can take away tips in how to parent their children from Surah Yusuf. It is so comprehensive, my brothers and my sisters, I can't emphasize that enough. That's why it's my favorite chapter from the Quran. My favorite chapter, it is indeed Surah Yusuf, guys. Click, ya Bilal. Can we have a round of applause for Bilal, who has to go through all this trouble? Right? Dentistry, right? No. What are you doing? Huh? Medicine. Oh. Because no, I'm not doing that. I'm doing medicine. Right? As you guys can see, my brothers and my sisters, on the screen there is a timeline. Can everyone see it? You guys right at the back, can you see it? Yes? طيب, inshallah, this one's a little bit smaller. Right? You'll get it later on, inshallah ta'ala, when you scan the barcode for the ebook. Yes? Today I want to share with every single one of you guys 3 main talking points. How many? 3 main talking points. Right? That's all. Wallahi, if we sat here all the way till Fajr, extrapolating benefits from Surah Yusuf, we would not be able to give it justice. But I just want to share 3 talking points with you guys. But before I do, right, I think it's crucial for us to go through the timeline of Surah Yusuf so we can contextualize the events from this wonderful chapter. That consists of 14 pages. There's a lot that went on. So many different occurrences and events, right? It starts off with a dream, as you guys can see on screen. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, Prophet Joseph, who was a young child at the time, of course, he sees 11 stars, the sun and the moon all prostrating to him, and he can't make sense of it. Who's the first person that he goes running to? Huh? His father. Why didn't he go to his mother or his brothers, guys? By the way, what was his father's name? Yaqub, aka Jacob. Why did he go to his father but he didn't go to his mother or his brothers? Sorry? He is comfortable with his father. What else? His father was a prophet. Good. What else? He was a dream interpreter, right? He knew how to interpret the dream. I think a benefit, my brothers and my sisters, that sometimes goes missing when we discuss Surah Yusuf is that his father created a safe space. He created a very comfortable environment for his son to pour out his emotions and his feelings. Would you guys agree, my brothers and my sisters, that today, many fathers, the only type of relationship that they have with their children is when they've done something wrong? What do you guys think? That's the only time they speak to their children. They are absent and they are present at the same time. You only hear, step into my office. Right? Normally when you guys go through troubles and hardships, who's the first person that you guys normally call? Huh? Parents. Huh? Friends. Especially our sisters, they're going to be on the phone for hours on end. She looked at me like this. How can she walk past me like that? Right? Of course, the brothers, they called their friends as well, but I don't think they're on the phone for that long. Right, brothers? Did that come across as misogynistic? Huh, sisters? It's true, right? They're on the phone for hours. Even my wife sometimes, may Allah help her. Right? When I do something wrong, she's on the phone for hours. I was like, khalas, ya Allah, I apologize, get off the phone. Right? And she gets off the phone. Put your hand up if you have younger siblings. That's the majority of you guys. Would you guys agree that they need a shoulder to cry on? Right? Especially in this filthy, sexualized society that we have been tested with. Right? They need somebody to talk to, sah? Someone to pour out their emotions and feelings to. If the father, my brothers and my sisters, is not fulfilling that role, don't you think we should step up? Right? Especially when they go to these schools, these colleges, these universities that are breeding grounds for kufr, shirk, liberalism, secularism, feminism, humanism, atheism, and all the different isms and schisms. And of course, the rainbow team is extremely active, right? That are ready to welcome them with open arms. I know it's difficult, guys. I even have a 14-year-old sister. I tried to take great care of her. The other day, I bought her an iPad to keep her close. Oh, you know. I want, right, her to feel comfortable around me so she listens later on when I have something to say. Anyways, guys, I don't want to spend too much time on this point, especially here on the timeline. But you guys get the point. Wallahi, sometimes on a Friday Jum'ah, I stand on the pulpit and I tell the fathers, go and tell your daughters how much you love them. Go and tell them how beautiful they are. And how much you care about them. Wallahi, they're looking at me extremely confused. When's the last time, brothers, you told your younger sisters how beautiful they are? Or is that awkward? Put your hand up. Last time you told your younger sister how beautiful she is. Does it make you feel uncomfortable? Huh? They need to hear that, guys. Right? Don't be surprised tomorrow that someone else comes along, right? And showers lavish praise on her. Because she never got that love at home and that affection, right? She gets blown away. Number two, my brothers and my sisters, as you guys can see, we are told that the brothers of Yusuf, they were very envious towards him. Envy can lead one wanting to kill. That's how dangerous it is. Uqtulu Yusuf. To the point, my brothers and my sisters, they uttered it. They thought about it. Until one of the brothers intervened and he said, no, don't kill him, throw him in the well. Right? Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam is thrown into the well and then sold into the slave trade. Quick question, guys. Why didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stop this suffering that Yusuf and his father Yaqub were going through? He could have stopped it, right? Why didn't he stop it? Would you guys agree that this has been one of the most commonly asked questions over the last maybe 3 years? With everything that is happening right now in Gaza, the suffering that we see unraveling right before our eyes. Right? This is one of the main talking points that I am going to, inshallah ta'ala, be discussing. We're going to come on to it. The suffering that is taking place, why things take place the way they do. And I can't make sense of it. It should indeed be stopped. We're going to come on to it, inshallah ta'ala. By the way, my brothers and my sisters, Yusuf and his family, where were they residing? Before he was thrown into the well and then sold into the slave trade, does anybody know? Palestine, ahsant. Because he came yesterday. Right? That's why he knows. Sahih. And when he was sold into the slave trade, where was he driven to? he was driven to Egypt. That's a long drive, guys. And by the way, they didn't have Virgin Atlantic or Qatar Airways. And I feel like this point is not mentioned enough. That's a difficult journey, guys. I ask some of the Palestinian brothers every now and again, they say to me it takes 24 hours plus to take a bus. You know the modern day advanced buses that we have today? It'll take 24 hours. Compare that to maybe the kind of transportation that they had before. And this young man is going through all of this. That's a difficult experience, guys. Right? But life continues. We are told after that, my brothers and my sisters, you guys can see number 4, that he was bought by a minister. Right? Yusuf was bought by his minister, and then he welcomed him into his palace. Look where he was, look where he is. Right? From where he was now, all of a sudden, he's being brought up in a palace, guys. And as he grows older, my brothers and my sisters, the wife of this minister is losing her mind over Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam. For those who don't know, my brothers and my sisters, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam was gifted with half the beauty of mankind, which caused her to lose her mind. Where's the other half, guys? If he was given half the beauty of mankind, where's the other half? Huh, guys? You know, at one of the other universities, I asked this question. One brother, he put his hand up and he said, I have it. Right? And then at another university, a brother put his hand up and he pointed to himself. Wallahi, I love the confidence. Right? Where's the other half, guys? Huh? Sorry? He said split between the men. So what about the women? Allah yahdik, Shaykh. Huh, where's the other half, guys? This guy is he's a misogynist. Right? Remember the face, guys. Huh, where's the other half, guys? He said Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's a difference of opinion now amongst scholars. Which one is it? Sisters, help me out. By the way, guys, this is an interactive session. You need to engage, otherwise I will pull you out of the crowd and you'll never forget this experience. And sisters, you are part of our congregation as well, feel free to engage. Na'am, utiya shatr al-husn, he was gifted with half the beauty of mankind and the rest was distributed to the rest of mankind. And of course, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given a fair share of that. And mashallah, I can see quite a bit here as well. Allahu barak. Right. He refuses to give in, gets thrown into prison unjustly, wrongly. What happens after that, my brothers and my sisters? While he's in prison, the king sees a dream. Can't make sense of this dream. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam interprets this. Click ya Bilal. After being thrown into prison, my brothers and my sisters, Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, he rises to power. That is then followed with years of famine. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam is then reunited with his brothers. He recognizes them, but they don't recognize him. That is then followed with Benjamin being taken as a captive. Who's Benjamin, guys? Huh? His brother. Yaqub, the father, Jacob, he has to go through another heartbreak. 2 of his sons have now gone missing. So how many has he lost, guys? How many children have gone missing? Huh? You're all wrong. 3. شيخ أنت كنت موجود أمس تعرف الأجوبة كلها يا شيخ. He was at MMU yesterday. Yesterday I delivered. خليهم يجيبون, ها? Are you guys with me? 3 of his children were missing. This is very different to when, pay attention, guys. You know, if you lose your child and you find the murderer, you get some closure and khalas, you feel a lot more at peace. May Allah not test us with this. Sometimes parents, they lose their younger children. It happened to my father. It's not an easy experience. Right? When my little brother was murdered. And sometimes my brothers and my sisters, like here, in this situation, there was no closure. He doesn't know where they are. Decades are going past, and then subhanAllah, he ends up losing the second one. And then the third one is missing as well. He doesn't know where they are. That's so much more difficult to deal with. Are you guys with me? So he lost 3 of his children. Eventually, my brothers and my sisters, the whole family is reunited together. Click, Ya Bilal. I said, how many talking points I want to share with you guys? 3. The first talking point, my brothers and my sisters, as you guys can see on screen, these 2 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Can I just ask everyone to quickly stand up? They say the average attention span for Gen Z is 14 minutes. These were statistics from maybe what? 7, 8 years ago. I honestly believe it's less than a minute now. That's why they have Instagram Reels. Yalla, everyone stand up. We will be doing this exercise again a little bit later. By the way, where's Sulaiman? Where's Sulaiman? Is he still here? Oh. Guys, once you've stretched, you can sit back down. Do your professors make you guys do this? See, I'm better than them, right? Shh, guys, we're gonna have to sit down very, very quickly. Let's go on to the main, or one of the main talking points, starting with this one here. There are 2 names on the screen, my brothers and my sisters. These 2 names, my brothers and my sisters, is that Allah Azza wa Jal is all-knowing and all-wise. Who can give me these 2 names in Arabic? No, give me one. Equal rights, I have to ask this as well. He said Al-Hakim. What's the other one, sisters? Al-Alim. Innahu huwa al-Alim al-Hakim. These 2 names, my brothers and my sisters, they were coupled together in Surah Yusuf and mentioned 3 times. And that doesn't happen by chance. These 2 names, they were coupled together in Surah Yusuf, mentioned alongside one another 3 times. Right at the beginning, midway through when Yaqub loses his second most beloved son Benjamin, and then right at the end. That didn't happen by chance. It's like we're being told, you are about to set off on a journey through Surah Yusuf. And you are going to run into incidents and events that you might struggle to make sense of. You are going to have to place these 2 names in your backpack as you now set off on this journey through this chapter. Right? Put your hand up if you've ever been to Mount Snowdon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sisters? 7, 8, 9, 10. Normally when you set off to Mount Snowdon, you take a backpack with you, right? What do you take with you in the backpack? Would you take your Nintendo? Or your PS5? Right? Or your Xbox? Sisters, would you take all of your makeup? Right? No. You would normally take that which is essential for survival. Right? You are going to take that which is essential for your survival. And likewise, my brothers and my sisters, these 2 names, right, that you are placing in your backpack before you take a stroll through Surah Yusuf are essential for a human being's survival. I'm being selective with my words. I didn't say a Muslim survival. No, I said a human being survival. That one cannot do without in this world. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, O Yaqub and Yusuf. And anyone else here that is going through troubles, whether it is Hamza, whether it is Hussein, Muhammad, Abu Bakr, Fatima, Sumayya. Give me another name. Khadija, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Or Jane or Michelle. Right? Allah is saying, I am Al-Alim, I am fully aware of every step that you take and every move that you make. I'm fully aware. I am Al-Alim. But I am also Al-Hakim. I am all-wise. And everything happens for a reason, whether you can make sense of it or not. Like if you ask me to describe Surah Yusuf in one sentence, would you agree? Would you agree, my brothers and my sisters, that it is an emotional roller coaster? Would you guys agree with that? With the timeline that we went through, it's an emotional roller coaster, right? Gets thrown into the well, sold into the slave trade, and then all of a sudden he finds himself in a palace, and then in a dungeon somewhere he gets thrown into bread, and then he rises to power. Ups and downs, just like life. Just like life, my brothers and my sisters, that is filled with ups and downs. لَتَرْكَبُنَّ طَبَقًا عَنْ طَبَقٍ. You're going to run through hardships and struggles, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And then you're back going through difficulties and hardships again. That is life, guys. Right? Let me ask you guys a question. Have you guys been in a position before where you thought a certain something was indeed the best thing for you? And you tried everything in your power, but it just didn't work out. Right? And then years went past. Oh, now it begins to make sense. I understand now why. Right? It could have been a university place that you so badly wanted. Maybe you desperately tried to go to Salford University. And then Allah Azza wa Jal brought you here. Why are you guys laughing? Right? Or MMU. But then you ended up here. Right? Which one's better? Salford. University of Greater Manchester? The one in Bolton? Which one's better? University of Manchester. Allahu A'lam. Right? Allah knows best. Years go past, and then you think to yourself, subhanAllah, if that didn't, I want to have this today. Or it could have been that you so badly wanted to get married to a specific bushra. You tried everything in your power in order to make this happen. And of course, our sisters, maybe she so badly wanted to get married to Iqbal. Right? You tried and you tried to execute those plans that you thought you was in control of. It didn't happen. Years go past, my brothers and my sisters, Allah blesses you with a better bushra that has characteristics and traits that the mind couldn't imagine. And this is when you say, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have this today. Guys, been in those kind of positions, or maybe not necessarily the marriage situation because you're still young. I'm talking about more, we thought a certain something and then later on it made sense. We've been in those positions before, guys? Yes? I want to tell you guys a story. The story of Fir'aun with Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. We know that Fir'aun saw a dream. Can anyone tell me the dream that he saw? Don't give me the interpretation, give me the dream. Huh? What was the dream that he saw, guys? No one asked ChatGPT, please. I see phones coming out. Huh? Are you Masri? You Egyptian? Yes, go on. He saw himself drowning. La, come on, you should know, man. Right? Dunya. Huh? No, that's Yusuf. I went to another story, ya Sheikh. Go on. No, that's also in Surah Yusuf. Huh, sisters? What did Fir'aun, not Yusuf, wala the king? That's the interpretation. I need the dream. Huh? That's also the interpretation. He saw a fire that was eating up Egypt and he couldn't make sense of it. So the interpretation that he was given was that someone from Bani Israel is going to overthrow him. Are you guys with me? So he decided to go on a killing spree, butchering and massacring every new baby boy that was born into this world. What does this remind you of, by the way, guys? Who's currently doing a killing spree? Don't be scared, guys. Mr. Netanyahu, right? He's on a killing spree. يسومونكم سوء العذاب ويذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلكم بلاء من ربكم عظيم. He would butcher and massacre. Until one day, my brothers and my sisters, someone said to him, Mr. Fir'aun, if you continue doing all of this, right, Pharaoh, if you continue doing all of this, who's going to do all the heavy labor work later on down the line? Do you guys know what I'm referring to when I say heavy labor work? Like mining, working in the sewages, right? Building skyscrapers under the scorching heat. Who's going to do all of that? Huh, brothers, would you send your wives to go and do that? Huh? Sisters, if your husbands told you to go and work in the sewages and the mines, would you do that? But what if we say equal rights? If a man goes and works there, a woman should go and work there as well, sah? What do you think, brothers? Yes? You know, on YouTube right now, my brothers and my sisters, you've got YouTubers debating, right? If a thief now breaks into the house and he is sitting upstairs with his girlfriend, who should go and confront this thief? And because everything is equal rights, ladies go first, she goes first this time round, and then I will go the next time round. It's equal rights, my brothers and my sisters. Islam did not come to establish equal rights, it came to establish justice. You guys know the difference? If we have a woman that is a multi-millionaire, she doesn't have to contribute a single penny to the monthly expenses. What do you guys think, brothers? Maybe the brothers are going to become feminists after this, right? What do you think? Well, sometimes I use this card with the non-Muslim ladies, their jaws drop, they're thinking of becoming what? A Muslimah, right? Islam came to establish justice, my brothers and my sisters, not equal rights. Of course, if she wants to help out the brother, that's out of her own goodwill. You can't force that upon her, right? It might be a good idea, brothers, to have that conversation before you get married, because Manchester is very expensive. Or if you're from London, anyone here from London? Wallahi, the rent kills over there, right? What was I saying? About the heavy labor work, who's going to do all of that? Right? So he said, you know what? This is Fir'aun saying this. Let me kill for 1 year and let me give amnesty for another. You know, amnesty meaning I'm not going to kill for 1 year and I'm going to kill for 1 year. At least we're going to have some that can do the heavy labor work later on the line. Harun alayhi salatu wasalam was born in which year, guys? Sisters. Was he born in the year of killing or the year of amnesty? Abdul Mun'im. The year of killing. Abdul Mun'im, أنت لست معي. Harun. He was born in the year of amnesty. Right? طيب, Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was born in which year, guys? He was born in the year of killing. So let me ask you all a question. I really want you all to reflect on this point, guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. Why didn't Allah delay the birth of Musa by another year? To save us from all the headache of what his mother had to go through. His birth could have been delayed, sah? But Allah chose for him to be born in the year of killing, even though Aaron, was born in the year of amnesty. Could have been delayed by another year, but why? Are you guys with me? Could have been delayed, but why not? Don't worry. By the way, the mother of Musa, she didn't know she was pregnant. She only found out just before she was about to give birth. From the miracles of Allah. And then when she gave birth, she started getting scared. Frightened. The troops of Pharaoh is going to come and now butcher my baby, and she's very, very terrified. So Allah Azza wa Jal told her to take her baby Musa, put him in a box and then throw him in the river. She's probably thinking by her doing this, this is going to protect baby Musa from the plots of Pharaoh, right? That's probably what she's thinking. If Allah told me to throw him in the river, let me go and do it. He'll probably find a way out of the situation, and guess what happens? He turns up at the doorstep of the very person who's looking to kill him. Are you guys with me? At the doorstep of the very person that's looking to kill him. And that is because everything happens for a reason. Whether you can make sense of it or not. Right? Sometimes we think, my brothers and my sisters, we are under, right, control. We believe we have control of the situation. Fir'aun thought that he was untouchable. He thought that he was unstoppable. I've got everything under control. By me killing for 1 year and giving amnesty for another, don't worry, it'll be sorted. That dream ain't going to happen. That's how we might think at times. Are you brothers and sisters with me? Subhanallah. He grows old under the roof of that very person who's looking to kill him. Right under his nose, my brothers and my sisters. What eventually happens to Fir'aun, my brothers and my sisters? What happens to him? Like a little baby, he drowns, flipping and flapping. Right? Even though he claimed, أَنَا رَبُّكُمُ الْأَعْلَى, I am your Lord the Most High, مَا عَلِمْتُ لَكُم مِّنْ إِلَهٍ غَيْرِي. He thought he was untouchable, unstoppable. So if Allah dealt with Fir'aun in that manner, my brothers and my sisters, don't you think Allah can deal with all of the other mini Fir'auns that are running around? Allah can't deal with Netanyahu and Mr. Trump, my brothers and my sisters? That brings me to the final point before we move on. Now, my brothers and my sisters, we look at what's happening in Gaza, right, in Palestine. And we see nothing but destruction. It's a demolition site. Is there any good that came out of the situation? Who can tell me? You know how I said everything happens for a reason, my brothers and my sisters? Any good that came out of the situation? He said more people became Muslim. Where did you get this from? He got it from one of my videos, right? Sabr. Let me tell you guys something, my brothers and my sisters. Let me tell you guys something. Did you guys know that before the 7th of October, the Palestinian cause was all but a forgotten issue? The blood of a Palestinian became so cheap, just like another killing, just another death. Do you guys know what happened on the 6th of October? On the 6th of October, a quick Google search and you will find it. Palestinians being killed, just like another day. Right? I came across, my brothers and my sisters, a CNN reported the other day. It states that for the first time in American history, more Americans are sympathizing with, feel more connected to, and are standing with the Palestinians than the Israelis. It has shaken Western and American politics. The awareness that has been raised online, my brothers and my sisters, you have non-Muslims, people like Tucker Carlson, my brothers and my sisters, Candace Owens and others, even that shaitan Piers Morgan is on board, right? Imagine now. If you told me this would happen in America maybe 3 years ago, wallahi, I would have laughed at you. Even AIPAC funded candidates, you guys know what AIPAC is, right? AIPAC funded candidates. They are now announcing, look, this year I'm not going to be taking a single, because he's scared of his seat in Congress. This is an American, not American, astaghfirullah, it's an Israeli foreign lobby. That is more Israeli first than America first. They would fund different candidates just so they could push this agenda. Also, my brothers and my sisters, Global Eye News. You guys heard of that news tabloid? I came across this maybe 7-8 months ago. They published that there has been a 400% increase in conversions to Al-Islam across Europe since the 7th of October. 400% increase, guys. Non-Muslims are waking up. Wallahi, even my mother-in-law, she's not a Muslim. She used to be a Christian, then she became a Buddhist. Inshallah, she's going to become a Muslim. And also, my brothers and my sisters, my father-in-law, for those who didn't know, my father-in-law is actually Jewish. Don't ask further questions. Right? Wallahi al-Azim. Even he's feeling sympathetic despite him being so proud of his heritage. And no, my family was never that. Yes? The rhetoric has completely changed. The other day, my brothers and my sisters, I came across this. I wish I could have put it on screen. You guys heard of the Telegraph? You know the very well-known news tabloid that loves Muslims so much? The Telegraph, guys? Right? This is a mainstream news tabloid. It's not Abu Taymiyyah, Mr. Conservative that is making things up. You can do your own research. You know what the title is? Global Wars Draw Britons to Islam, a report finds. Researchers say findings could explain increase in conversions amid Israel's war in Gaza. Also, there's another news article, my brothers and sisters, and the title is Gaza War Fuels a Surge in UK Conversions. 20% turned to Islam, blaming Israel for terror. Can you imagine, my brothers and my sisters? Everything happens for a reason, whether you can make sense of it or not. Right? Wallahi, the other day I came across a video of a Christian man, white Christian guy. He makes it very clear at the beginning. I'm just let everybody know I'm a Christian. Right? And he's got a mushaf, he's got a Quran. He said, look, I'm going to read the Quran openly. And we've seen countless videos like that of non-Muslims waking up to al-Islam. Right? I've never witnessed this in my whole life. Islam becoming so mainstream. So openly getting emotional as well. Seeing Palestinians, my brothers and my sisters, their children have just been blown up into pieces. And then he says, Wallahi, this is what Allah decreed. Allah has chosen this. Why should I get upset? You can't learn that from books, guys. It's from the Quran. The faith and the resilience and the patience of the Palestinians has not just woken up Muslims, it's woken up many of the non-Muslims, guys. Are we waking up though? And if our brothers and sisters, my brothers and sisters in Palestine, they are killed, where do they end up? In the highest part of Al-Jannah, right? As martyrs. Because they were unjustly killed. I might walk out of McDougal's, that's how you say it, right? Not McDonald's, McDougal's, right? I might walk out of here, my brothers and my sisters, and I get hit by a lorry. May Allah protect me, say Ameen, right? And I die like that. Anyone here from London? London is what? Knife capital, Zah. May Allah protect you, but stabbings are a norm, and somebody passes away like that. Or he dies in his sleep. But they, Allah Azza wa Jal chooses who He takes as a martyr. وَيَتَّخِذَ مِنْكُمْ شُهَدَاءَ. So what's the lesson here, my brothers and my sisters? Everything happens for a reason. That's the first Abu Taymiyyah principle that you might want to note down. Narrated by Abu Taymiyyah. Everything happens for a reason, whether you can make sense of it or not. And let me also mention, just because you don't have the answers, that doesn't mean there aren't any answers. That's another principle. Who can repeat that? Sounds like something you'd put on Twitter, right? Make sure you tag me, right? Just because, who can give it to me? Good sister. Just because you don't have the answers, that doesn't mean there aren't any answers. You're going to come across things that you can't make sense of. Go and ask. There are people who are not more knowledgeable. And above everyone that has knowledge is someone, my brothers and sisters, with more knowledge, and above all is Allah. Anyone here, my brothers and my sisters, third year, last year for whatever subject? Afa. What are you studying? Economics. Your third year, صح? If I asked you a couple of questions that concerns economics and you didn't have the answer for it, would you think about maybe leaving economics? Why not? Just jump ship. Or you would go and ask ChatGPT, صح? Right? The reason why I say this, my brothers and my sisters, sometimes you find Muslims who have never really studied their religion, and then you've got some Orientalists roaming around university campus targeting vulnerable Muslims. And because he doesn't have the answer, just like you change a career path, he's thinking, let me change my religion path. No, just because you don't have the answers, that doesn't mean there aren't any answers. Go and ask. Click, ya Bilal. This part is one of my favorite parts, my brothers and my sisters. We're nearly done. Are you guys tired? Long day at uni. Friday. I don't think we're going anywhere tonight, right? I know it's a Friday night, guys. We're going anywhere? Inshallah ta'ala, we're not. Right? And if you were thinking of going anywhere, you're not going anywhere anymore. This is the part, my brothers and my sisters, when Yusuf, Prophet Joseph ﷺ, was alone inside of the bedroom. The wife of Al-Aziz that I told you guys about earlier, who was going crazy over him, noticed this, creeped into the room and then slammed the doors shut. She looked at Yusuf ﷺ and said, "Hey, talak, let's get it on." Seducing him into doing haram. Let me give you guys a principle, my brothers and my sisters. When you are alone with the opposite gender, you are playing with fire. Did everyone hear that? When you are alone with the opposite gender, you are playing with fire. Did Yusuf ﷺ choose to be alone with her? And even then, subhanAllah, it got him into trouble. What did our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ say? That when one is alone with the opposite gender, who's the third? Shaitan. MashaAllah, the brothers were very quick in saying that. Lesh. Shaitan is the third. Can men and women just be friends, guys? Why not? 2025, brother. Right? Sometimes you hear a brother saying, "Wallahi, I'm just sitting with her alone in the corner of the library revising mathematics." Everything's under control, brother. Men and women, can they just be friends, guys? And sisters, what do you think? Can they be friends? You know, 3 years ago, when I was doing the university tour, I was trying to be on my best behavior. Trying. Right? And very diplomatic in the answers that I gave to the questions that were posed. One of the most commonly asked questions were, can men and women just be friends? Wallahi al-azim. I think I did 27 universities, and at least 20 of them they asked this question. Because I was trying to be sensible and pragmatic, I would say to them, there's a video online of Steve Harvey. You guys know Steve Harvey? The very well-known American presenter with the big mustache? Tarifuna? Wallahi, there's a video online, a very short clip, where he's being interviewed by a lady and she's saying, "Oh yeah, men and women can just be friends." Even though he's a non-Muslim, look what he says. He goes, "No. We men, we are just waiting for that crack in the door so we can slip in." What do you think, sisters? Are men like that? They're all saying yes, all of them. Huh, brothers, what do you think? Is this unjust? Right? Is this extreme? Overly exaggerated? What do you think? Give me some energy. No or yes? No, you're a good guy. Right? You're wonderful. How are men like that, my brothers and my sisters? Let me give you all a principle, my sisters, another Abu Taymiyyah principle, right? A brother who wants you in a halal way, my sisters, he is not going to creep through the window, he's going to come straight through the door. Let me ruin some plans tonight, right? He's not going to creep through, he's going to come straight through, yes? I will come on to that. No, I'll come on to that, yes? You know, my brothers and my sisters, I understand. Shh. Please guys, whoever's talking, I don't know, I'm hearing people talking. I honestly think I have a light form of ADHD. What's so funny? Is it funny that someone's sick, yani? I diagnosed myself, wallah, right? I looked up the symptoms and I found that I actually have this. When I see people fidgeting or talking, it actually, no, you can write, that's fine, that's not an issue. When people start speaking, it actually really distracts me. I understand, my brothers and my sisters, that at university sometimes you have to engage with the opposite gender. Right? You may need to borrow a calculator. Sumaya, can I borrow the calculator, please? Or can I borrow the ruler? Or the pencil? Is that okay, guys? It's fine. Right? But I have a problem with the following. Hamza walks in Monday morning. Actually, forget about Hamza. Muhammad walks in Monday morning. Right? And then you have Sumaya, even though his name is Muhammad, she says Hamoudi. Right? How was your weekend? Or his name is Abu Bakr, she says Aboudi. ايش دخلك? What has it got to do with you how his weekend was? And then one conversation leads to another, and another, and another. Yes, sometimes you need to ask for the calculator, guys, I understand. But do you need to be doing anything more than that? Keeping it limited to that which is needed. I'm going to tell you guys a story now of something that happened at one of the universities. Nobody asked me which university. No, it was not MMU, wala Salford. Right? Please everyone stand up. Quickly stretch and then sit back down, and then we're nearly done. Would you guys agree that standing up and stretching helps? Does it help? Yes. I'm nearly done, guys. Sheikh Muhammad. Everything is under control. By the way, guys, everything that I say is within the boundaries of the law. So Ali, you've got nothing to worry about. I can see Ali, his hand is shaking, right? Everything is fine, Ali, trust me. I have very good lawyers, wallah, right? Guys, at one of the universities, it's actually good that we're in a prayer hall because it allows us to picture it. The prayer hall over there, my brothers and my sisters, you walk in, it has like, similar to this, right? Similar to this one, where you could kind of see over it or under it. A sister walks in and she hears a brother that is reciting Quran that's on the other side of the partition, reading it in such a melodious tone. She goes round, asks her question, gets her answer, and then she leaves. Everything is under control. A couple of days go past, my brothers and my sisters, again, she walks in. That same brother is there reciting Quran in a melodious tone. I assume he went home and came back though, right? But he's there. And she just walked in as well. Shaitan whispers to her, go and ask him another question that has been bothering you for the last couple of days. She goes round, asks her question, gets her answer, but this time round, looks and glances were exchanged. Allah. Weeks go past, my brothers and my sisters. That sister comes to the prayer hall again. What are the chances? What are the chances, guys? And by the way, my brothers and my sisters, keep in mind that these two individuals, they are not road men and road women. You guys know what that means? Like yesterday I said this and the brother said, oh, you mean they're not homeless? Right? No, I didn't mean that. Right? Guys on the streets, mosque side. Right? You guys heard of that? I heard it's not a good area. So hey, we might have to cut that out. Right? If that reaches the mandem, we're in trouble. Shh. She walks in and I receive an email. The unexpected ended up taking place in that prayer hall. I received the email, my brothers and my sisters, and the email says, a sister is asking whether it is okay for her to abort her baby. This is no holy baby, guys, the fact that it happened in a prayer hall. Wallahi alladhi la ilaha ghayruh. It was so sad me having to deal with that situation. Forget about her university, that went down the drain. She's dealing with bigger problems. Right? Parents threatening to disown her, the child being labeled, even the brother, subhanAllah, wallahi, was so sad. He got addicted to drugs because he was trying to forget the situation he got himself tangled into. Right? 6 things, my brothers and my sisters, that Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam done when he found himself alone with that lady. What was that principle I gave you guys earlier? When one is alone with the opposite gender, what is he doing? He is playing with fire. That's the Abu Taymiyyah principle. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, what's the first thing that he does, guys? It's on the board, guys. Right? What's the first thing that he does? Come on, you guys are meant to be the smart bunch, right? University of Manchester. No. Brother is on the board. Sisters? He began to seek refuge in Allah. قَالَ مَعَاذَ اللَّهِ. That wasn't difficult. This is also, guys, very, very similar to what a lady done and how she reacted when she was approached by a man. It's mentioned in the Quran. Who can tell me? Sisters. I said sisters. You have to be very careful with your pronouns, brothers. Yes? Sisters, who can tell me? Maryam alayhi salatu wasalam. Who was she approached by? Angel Gabriel, Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, in the form of a human being. فَتَمَثَّلَ لَهَا بَشَرًا سَوِيًّا. She said, if you fear Allah, stay where you are. Don't come anywhere near me. إِنِّي أَعُوذُ بِالرَّحْمَنِ مِنْكَ إِن كُنْتَ تَقِيًّا. Stay far away from me. He was only there to give her the news that she was going to become pregnant with baby Jesus. She didn't say to him, Wallahi, there are some dates that are growing off this palm tree. Ta'al, right? Come and sit down, let's have some coffee. And you can tell me about everything that is happening in the 7 heavens. La. Stay far away from me. Would you guys agree? That this is maybe a good solution? Right? Sisters, when brothers are slipping into your DMs, right? And when sisters are slipping into yours, brothers, sometimes the shaitan whispers to the brother and he says, go give her da'wah. Right? Or go and convert Charlotte. She sends him one picture and she ends up what? Giving him da'wah. Can't control himself simply because men are weak. What do you think, brothers? Men are weak, sah? Don't act like you don't know. Right? وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Al-Imam Ahmad and Sufyan al-Thawri, they said here weakness means he's lowering his gaze, a lady walks past, and then he can't help himself but look at her. And the greatest temptation that was left upon men is the temptation of, please guys, women. أحسنت. ما تركت فتنة أضر على أمتي من النساء. Sometimes I say this to the sisters, they say, oh, but he should lower his gaze anyway. Why is he looking at me? Of course he has to. But understand, my sisters, men are weak. That's their biggest problem. What do you think, Sheikh Muhammad? Wallahi, Sheikh Muhammad is my favorite chaplain in the UK. Right? It was love at first sight when I first saw him. Wallahi al-Azim, Sheikh. Wallahi, shall I tell you guys something funny? When I first saw him, I thought he was a priest. Right? You know the thing that he's wearing? Wallahi, I thought he was a priest. I said, this guy's going to cause us problems tonight. Right? At the lecture, it was at MMU. Sheikh, I love you, man. Halal way. Right? Second point, my brothers and sisters, you guys can see on screen. إِنَّهُ رَبِّي أَحْسَنَ مَثْوَاي. He began to recognize the injustice of his sin. Why the sisters getting excited? Wallah, it's just halal brotherly love, yani. Right? My brothers and my sisters, next time you are under your blanket, I want you to remember this. He said, my Rabb has been so good to me. Rabb here can mean either the master, the one that was so good to him and welcomed him into the palace, or it could mean Allah. In the Arabic language, Rabb can be referred to as the master as well. And in both cases, his master has been so good to him. Right? Welcomed him into his... What, now I'm going to cheat behind his back, yani? Sheikh Muhammad, I hope I didn't upset you. Wallahi. Next time you're under your blanket, my brothers and my sisters, I want you to remember this point. Allah has been so good to me. He gave me so much. He brought me to the University of Manchester. And now I'm going to disobey him. I'm just going to throw it back at him. Right? Start counting your blessings, my brothers and my sisters. Number 3, my brothers and my sisters, إِنَّهُ مِنْ عِبَادِنَا الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Right? There's a difference between someone who is sincere and someone whose heart is filled with sincerity and there's no space to disobey Allah. Can you reach that point? Wallah, you can. Don't think everyone is the same when the sin presents itself. I'm going to give you guys another Taymi principle. You can't love something that you don't know. Did everyone get that? You can't love something that you don't know. What do I mean by that? Is there anyone here that is engaged? Not engaged with the lecture, engaged to the opposite gender. And to the opposite gender alone. Anyone engaged? Wallahi, we have a problem. Right? I know the world's becoming very fruity, guys. Right? Anyone engaged with the opposite gender, looking to get married in the near future? Huh? No, I didn't say if you're married. Right? Engaged. Type anyone has his eye on the opposite gender. Wallah, if no one puts their hand up, we have a serious problem. Right? Serious problem. Akhi, please, why is it squeaking like an animal, akhi? Whoever's there. Please go check, akhi. You might need the ambulance, please. A'udhu billah. In ankara al-aswati la sawt al-hamir, akhi. Sounds like a donkey. Shh. Anyone? Please, guys, we need you for the next part of the lecture. Like, billahi alaykum, you don't have your eye. That's, by the way, guys, this is natural. It's halal to love the opposite gender. It's fine. You? Come. No, come. Ta'al. Come, please. Please, akhi. For me. Right? Can we have a round of applause for our brother? Tayyip, I want to ask you 2 questions.
Yeah, go on.
You ready?
For what? Other question?
Yeah, there's a question.
Yeah.
Tayyip, what is it that you saw in this lady that you want to get married to?
Akhlaq and deen.
Akhlaq and deen, very good. What else? Is she here, by the way?
I don't know.
Of course, you didn't check, yani.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Could be.
Huh? Could be. Allah. Right? Then let me ask you one last question. Would you agree that the more things that you begin to find out about her, the more this will increase your love?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Common sense, huh?
Yeah.
Tayyip, where are you from?
Very. So Manchester.
Manchester originally. Pakistan. Zindabad. Yalla, go back. Yalla, go.
Check out.
Yeah.
Alright, go.
He's eager to stay more, yani. Right? My brothers and my sisters, I am not trying to compare his bushra to Allah in any way, shape or form. But my question is, how do we expect to love Allah and we don't know anything about Him? You know, people always say, Wallahi, me doing acts of worship is just very routine. I don't feel that connection. It's just like somewhat of a burden. I don't do it out of love or fear. Right? It can happen to us sometimes. Because we don't know anything about Allah, right? And the only source of knowledge that we have of Allah are His names and His attributes. And by the way, guys, we don't learn His names and attributes to start debating online, especially on Twitter. That's not the objective behind it. But to increase our love levels, wallahi, you will love Allah Azza wa Jal the more you learn about His names and His attributes. At least you will keep that in your mind for the rest of your life as to why sometimes we feel so much empty and our hearts don't get activated. Even your problems will become so much more easier to deal with. As Ibn al-Qayyim mentioned, فَمَنْ عَرَفَ اللَّهَ بِأَسْمَائِهِ اتَّسَعَ عَلَيْهِ كُلُّ ضِيقٍ وَمَنْ عَرَفَ اللَّهَ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ بِأَسْمَائِهِ وَصِفَاتِهِ فَأَحَبَّهُ لَا مَحَالَ. Wallahi, you're going to love Him. Right? You will change. You know the two names that we took at the beginning, would you guys agree that He helped put things into context somewhat? What were the two names? That Allah is Al-Alim and also Al-Hakim. Would you agree that He helped contextualize? Yes? Number 4, my brothers and my sisters, he began to run for his life. وَاسْتَبَقَ الْبَابِ. Or do you think that's very insecure to do that, guys? Huh? Is it insecure? Sometimes ladies, they say, oh, he's a bit insecure, why is he behaving like that for? Or sometimes brothers, they say, oh, this guy's not, he's like this. Right? This is from the peer pressures. Wallahi guys, let me tell you something. My Instagram is full. You know what it's full of? Heartbreak. From both brothers and sisters. Yes, sisters, brothers, they go through heartbreak as well, the human beings. It's full. Especially sisters, wallah. And heartbreak to me is like a glass vase that has smashed onto the ground. It's very hard to piece it back together. Agreed? Anyone here heartbroken? No, actually, keep your hand down. Right? Wallahi al-azim, you know, there was even a time I asked one of the sisters that messaged on Instagram. I said, sister, what got you into this situation? You know what she said to me? It started on Instagram, as always. He made me all of these promises. He promised to make me his Khadija, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Chewed her like a piece of chewing gum and then spat her out. Some men, my brothers and my sisters, they are just looking for someone to pass time with. Would you guys agree, sisters? To pass time with. And brothers, are brothers like that? No, you guys are the good bunch. Right? May Allah protect you all. Number 5, guys, فَاسْتَعْصَمْ. He began to cling firmly to Allah. And finally, my brothers and my sisters, he began making a desperate dua. Wallahi, I promise, I'm nearly done. After this slide, guys, I only need 5 minutes of your time. Is that right? Are you guys bored? Is it unrelatable and irrelevant, this lecture that we're taking? Or disconnected from reality? Yeah? Disconnected from reality? Did you understand my question? Right? Who can give me the desperate dua that he made? عبد المنعم. لا. الدعاء الذي Go on. ها؟
Reason is better from me than what she is.
أحسنت. ايش فيك اليوم يا عبد المنعم؟
السجن أحب إلي.
أحسنت. What's your name أخي؟
مجاهد.
Mujahid, Allah. Right? Mujahid. May Allah make you... No, further. Are you from Pakistan?
India.
India. May Allah deal with Modi. Right? He said, رَبِّ السِّجْنُ أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مِمَّا يَدْعُونَنِي إِلَيْهِ. Ya Allah, I prefer to be thrown into prison than that which they're calling me to. Man yaqdiru ala sijn, guys. He chose, my brothers, my difficulty over, right? Over fulfillment in a haram manner. Right? He could have, I stood over this verse and I reflected on it. Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam could have given in just that one time to prevent himself from being thrown into these dungeons. right? Especially in Egypt, guys, being thrown into a dungeon over there, it's not like the British ones that they have. Wala la ya Sheikh? He knows what I'm talking about. May Allah protect us all. Sah? Yes. You might never even find out what time of the day it is or how many days left. He could have given in and told himself just one time. Sometimes we think like this, right? Just one time. Right? Let me go with her just one time, or just one time I go to the nightclub. Just one time. And then tawbah, wallah, I'll make tawbah. Right? Or, especially with the university student, he's been in his home for 18 years and now he's moved to Manchester. Right? And he tells himself, Wallahi, I've been a good boy for 18 years, just fresh as week. And then Wallahi, I'm going to join the ISOC. Let me go and enjoy myself. Do you guys have nightclubs in the university? Is there a nightclub? How many days a week? Is it every day of the week or just maybe Friday nights? How do you know? Right? He's talking about Lancashire. Lancashire, right? Or Lancaster? Abdul Mun'im, wallah, I'm worried. This is my nephew, wallah, I'm very, very worried. كيف تدري? Oh, he was a guess. Right? He preferred to be thrown into prison. I'll tell you guys, because he knows the consequences of sins. Did you guys know that because of sins it prevents you from knowledge? Being able to recite the Quran. Did you guys know that? Did you also know that sins affect your finances? Did you guys know that, guys? The Prophet ﷺ told us this. إِنَّ الرَّجُلَ لَا يُحْرَمُ الرِّزْقُ بِخَطِيَةٍ يَعْمَلُهَا. The Arabs, they have a saying. And the Arabs can correct me if I'm wrong. إِلِّي يُصَاحِبْ يَفْقَرْ. The one who has haram relations is going to become broke. Very true. Shall I tell you guys something else as well? You're not going to find this in books. I receive a lot of messages of young people who are suffering from pornography. Even elders, actually. Why am I saying young people? Pornography addiction. And I would say 90% of those messages that come in, it always says at the bottom, I'm struggling financially. And if they are not struggling financially, my brothers and my sisters, they are spiritually dead and empty. That's what sins does, guys. You guys with me? Right? Doors start slamming shut in your face. Nothing seems to be going right because of sins. May Allah Azza wa Jalla protect us. Click ya Bilal. And again. And again. Last point, my brothers and my sisters, I need 5 minutes. Yes? Are you guys tired? Knees sitting on the floor? Right? I can see some of our brothers are suffering. You guys are right. Please, guys, just give me 5 minutes more. Sheikh Muhammad, you right? Ali, we're going to have a Q&A after as well. I think they have a lot of controversial questions. What do you think, Ali? Yes, a couple? Is that right, Sheikh Muhammad? Last point, guys. And I'm nearly done. I know I've said this 3 times, but I mean it now. Right? Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam gets falsely accused and then he's thrown into prison. In prison, guys, he runs into 2 inmates. How many? 2 inmates. Both of them saw a dream. And they asked him for the interpretation of the dream. He said to them, before I give you the interpretation, I want you guys to listen attentively, he said. He began to call them to Tawheed. He began to call them to what? Tawheed. And he began to warn them from the worst possible sin. What's the worst sin, guys? Shirk billahi azza wa jal. A'arbabun mutafarriqun khayrun amillahu al-wahid al-qahar. Even while in prison, guys. You know, what's very interesting here is that he was unjustly dealt with. And he's still trying to do the right thing. Sometimes when we go through hardships and difficulties, what we do is, you know what? If this is what Allah has chosen for me, let me go and do whatever I want. And then we wonder why our problems continue. He hung in there. Yes, I've been dealt with wrong. Let me continue doing what Allah Azza wa Jalla requires of me. Not only with himself, but he's calling those who are not Muslim to at-Tawheed. When's the last time, guys, we called Charlotte and Michelle to Islam, guys? Or we introduced them to it? Or Mark and John? Huh, brothers? Especially right now, the hearts are very soft. People are a lot more attentive. They're looking at what's happening in Gaza. While he's in prison, my brothers and my sisters, both of them are released. Yes. One to be crucified and the other to become a butler. Yusuf had to stay behind. Which shows you, not all delays are denials. Sometimes what you really want is delayed because Allah has something better waiting in store for you. And for his case, he rose to power. They are both released. One of them becomes a butler, and then the king sees a dream. The king sees 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 skinny ones. 7 green stalks followed by 7 dry ones. Can't make sense of it. The butler remembers my friend Joseph. Yusuf is in prison. Let me go and ask him. He comes running. We need this interpretation. The king is asking. He says, no worries, I'll give it to you. But go and investigate what those ladies said about me, who accused me of something that I didn't do. They carried out the investigation and they realized they were a bunch of liars. Which teaches us, guys, that there are 2 sides to every story. Especially on Twitter and TikTok. Especially on Twitter and TikTok, guys. Anyways, here comes the point I want you all to walk away with. Pay attention, guys. Last point. Yusuf shared a little bit of knowledge. This little bit of knowledge was the dream interpretation. It was enough to save Egypt and the surrounding neighboring countries. Because he told them, for 7 years you're going to have a lot of provisions. Don't eat all of it. Take a little and save the rest for the following 7 years because there will be a famine. He gave them a lesson in economics. There was a brother that studies economics, right? He gave them a lesson in economics, guys. A bit of knowledge that he shared. Why am I mentioning this, guys? Pay attention. Because I believe in this room, there are so many young brothers and sisters that can become Yusufs in their own regard. Every single one of you guys here. And this is why I mentioned at the beginning, and I meant it, it doesn't matter to me how far you've gone from Allah. The sky is the limit. And each one of you can achieve greatness and be a proponent of goodness, uplifting the people around you, especially right now. Wallahi, I met people in Medina. Once upon a time, they were on the streets of America, shooting people in alleyways. And now he's memorized the Quran, 600 pages from cover to cover. And you're telling me you can't do that? And you go to some of the best universities. Wallahi, the sky is the limit. Shall I tell you guys what inspired me to open an institute? I came across some UN statistics. The United Nations. Yes, they inspired me. They claim that for every 400 human beings, there should be 1 doctor. So how many doctors do we need for 8 billion human beings, guys? Don't ask ChatGPT, please. Who can give me the answer? No calculator as well, please. How many? 200 million? It sure is not 200. 400 million? Again, we have a difference of opinion amongst scholars. 20 million, guys. 20 million. I changed those statistics. I said, I am going to find in my lifetime 20 million individuals that are going to take their religion seriously. People think you only study your religion if you are trying to become the next big mufti. No, guys. I believe a human being cannot function in this world without knowledge. And he will keep running into problems, and those problems could have been avoided. And prevention is better than the cure. As I was telling the brothers earlier upstairs, the dentists, right? Do me a favor, guys. If you're not going to study your religion, do me this one favor. And I'm going to finish with this. Wallahi, I'm finishing. Yalla, khalas. Right? Do me this favor. figure out alternatives so we don't have to keep relying and depending on Zionists. You know all of these apps that we have, Netflix? Who owns Netflix? Some guy called Randolph from a very well-known family. Who do you think owns most pornographic websites, guys? Shh, you guys are anti-Semitic, not me, right? An individual called Rabbi Solomon Friedman. Imagine a sheikh buys out some of these apps, guys. God forbid, our chaplain, not him, right? But imagine you have a sheikh who decides to buy out some of these pornographic websites. What do you think is going to happen the next Friday at the masjid? Then you have apps such as Tinder, right? OnlyFans, Grindr, and Bumble. Who do you think owns all of them, guys? You know, as youngsters, in mathematics, when we were studying mathematics, they taught us something called fractions. You guys remember? And something in fractions called common denominator. Find the common denominator in all of these, guys. Do the maths. I came across Salam Kola. Wallahi, I don't know the lady, and she didn't ask me to say this. Right? She innovated. Right? A Coca-Cola type in her kitchen. She's a single mother. Not innovated, bid'ah. Right? Created. In her kitchen, and now, mashallah, tabarakallah, we don't have to what? Be part of this process of financing this genocide, even indirectly. Wallahi, even yesterday, yes, in Malaysia. Did you guys see it? They've got their own version of McDonald's now. They call this something Ahmed fried chicken or something along the lines of that. Wallahi, they were saying, this is on the news article, and it made me so happy. We are thinking now. Why can't we provide alternatives? Are we dumb, guys? Are we incompetent? Wallahi, we're not. I'm done. Bilal, go all the way to the end. You know, brothers, we're going to do a Q&A right now. Sheikh, Isha's 8:15? They decide to change it because of me? He wants to eat. What time was supposed to be the food? Now tell me, what time was it supposed to be? Is that right? Well, I thought maybe there was an issue with it. Go all the way to the end, Habibi. Keep going. Keep going. They don't want to watch me right now. Guys, wherever I go, people always ask, where can I start my journey in seeking knowledge? If you want to quickly scan this QR code, inshallah ta'ala. The idea behind this whole institute is connecting classical knowledge with current affairs. Connecting what? Classical knowledge with current affairs. So we don't have to study knowledge and think to ourselves, is this even connected to my reality? So this is what the idea was behind it. Hopefully I'll see you all inshallah ta'ala. And finally, ya Bilal, go all the way to the front. I'm going to give them the free ebook. Nobody plagiarize this, please. Keep it as your mandate throughout your years of university. Everything that you saw on the screen and more, you will find it on here, inshallah ta'ala. It's part of a bigger book of mine that is coming out, 99 benefits from Surah Yusuf. So inshallah ta'ala, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take 4 questions, 2 from the sisters and 2 from the brothers, equal rights. Starting with our sisters, inshallah, because ladies go first. Yes? And we'll finish, inshallah ta'ala, very quickly. Sheikh, do you want to come here and do the Q&A with me? Huh, sisters? Any questions? Well, guys, what's going on upstairs? Right? Are you all right? Shall I get you the paramedics? Sorry? Sorry?
Any questions?
Are you sure they're all right, yeah? They're not doing anything problematic? Yes? Go on, the sister there.
The one day as well.
Go on. Our sister, she asked, what's the most important point to take away from Surah Yusuf? What do you guys think? I mentioned 3 main talking points, right? I would say all of them are extremely important. as a university student, you need what we went through today. Are you guys with me? You're going to need it. I don't want to hear, wallahi, I'm sitting in the corner of the library revising mathematics with her. What, is there not enough same genders around, guys? Huh? Likewise, number 3, that I gave you all. That's extremely important as well, because I believe you can't function as a human being in this world without knowledge. Prevention is better than the cure. And number 1 was extremely important as well in dealing with the many problems that we run into as human beings. Yes? Next one from the brothers. No one. Sheikh. Go on. He's answered every question, guys. Go on.
I have a question related to Yusuf. There is a verse, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا لَوْلَا أَنْ رَأَى بُرْهَانَ. What does that mean? لَوْلَا أَنْ رَأَى بُرْهَانَ.
So our brother, he asked, وَلَقَدْ هَمَّتْ بِهِ وَهَمَّ بِهَا. He done ham and she done ham. Ham, if you translate it literally, my brothers and my sisters, is inclining towards doing something. Can we say that Yusuf ﷺ even thought about doing something with her? Absolutely not, because this is not la'iq bihi. But she was the one that was going crazy. As for لولا أن رأى برهان ربه, had he not seen, right, the proof of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here the scholars of tafsir, they've mentioned so many things. Some say he saw an angel, others, my brothers and my sisters, say he saw the signs, he remembered Allah's blessings and so on and so forth, because it goes in line with إِنَّهُ رَبِّي أَحْسَنَ مَثْوَاي. But there's a long discussion. Yes? Sisters? Go on.
So like obviously with like the way through social media, but also it's like an age of misinformation because anyone can say anything online.
Yes.
So, like, do you have any kind of like advice for this?
طيب, our sister, she said, on social media in today's day and age, every Dom, Dick and Harry can open an account and just start talking. Today you hear a bit of يعني, right? A couple of Arabic words that are thrown in and you're thinking, wow, Allahumma bariks, right? This guy sounds like he is, huh? Ya Jama'ah, do we have 3rd year dentistry students? All those 50 that were upstairs. Yalla, anyone 3rd year? That's the final year, صح?
No, 50 is fine.
Type anyone 5th year? Sulaiman, 50th year dentistry, and I still wouldn't take advice from you, right? And that is because, no offense to him, I'm just gonna go to the one that's most qualified. I'm gonna call Minas. You guys know Minas? Day and night? That's not free promotion for him, right? I'll call him because he's got experience and he's from one of the best in the game. Apparently he did Cole Palmer's teeth. Yeah, he does these footballers' tooth as well and whatever have you. But he's good, he's got experience. Sulaiman still got a lot to learn. I don't want to be his guinea pig, right? Where he just does trial and error with me, right? And likewise, my sisters, someone that is qualified, right? That has studied at a credible university, has took time out. By the way, no offense to you, Sulaiman. We're friends. I like him. You're meant to say, I like you back. Right? It's like one-sided love, ya Sheikh. Anyhow, guys, people that have studied credible universities, take knowledge from them. Yes? It doesn't always have to be university. It could be a credible institution. Took time out. And of course, my brothers and my sisters, he's preaching that which is correct. Sometimes people are preaching all types of garbage online. Yes? By the way, my brothers and my sisters, do you guys think, be honest with me, when I talked about the boundaries between men and women, do you think it's a little bit too much, yani? Huh? Am I being a bit too extreme because we are in 2025, brother? Huh? Shall I tell you guys something and I'm going to finish with this? Because they don't have any more questions anymore. You have a question? Okay, I'm going to come on to you. I was reading a report the other day, a research paper, where they talked about being in close proximity with the opposite gender, right, is more likely to cause infidelity. What do you guys think? It's not Abu Taymiyyah, the conservative, that's saying this. And then it was discussing how you have some husbands who would send their wives to go and train with a male personal trainer. Would you brothers do that? The brother said never. Or just simp your life away. Be a simp, guys. Right? Don't worry, I'm ready to support you, my wife. Whatever she asks. Sisters, what do you guys think if your husband sent you to a male personal trainer? That's a big red flag. That guy, wallah, he's got no manhood. He's like this. Right? That's a big red flag. Sisters always ask for big red flags, right? This is one of them. And subhanAllah, he was talking about how some personal trainers, male personal trainers, they end up being sexual with 90% of their clients. Well, of course, close proximity, what do you think is going to happen? This is again non-Muslims that came up with, Assalamu alaikum, ta'al. Are you guys with me? Infidelities are happening, guys, and Sheikh Muhammad, the chaplain, has to pick up the pieces. I'm sure he deals with situations like that. Wallahi, Sheikh. And would you agree, Sheikh, it was because of close proximity, letting your guard down, stop being extreme, right? What do they call them? They call them haram police. And then, okay, go and deal with it. Go on, last question.
So to get the full benefits of Surah Yusuf, is reciting the only way, or do you also get?
No, you have to look up the meanings. Reflecting on it. Looking up the tafsir. Come, because we asked the brother, we have to take one from the sister. No, you've already asked. You've already asked as well. Or was he a friend? You guys not one, but go on. Oh yeah?
I helped a lady out this morning, and
Sorry, you met a lady?
and I helped her out, and she was surprised I helped her because I was wearing hijab, but I told her a little bit, and she basically she's fallen for the propaganda,
She's fallen for what, sorry?
propaganda. And then I have her, I talked to her a little bit, and I had her listen to Surah Yusuf because I was really reading it. And then she asked for my number, so I was gonna ask, do you think I should send her Surah Yusuf or any part of the Quran that you recommend for her?
Okay, so our sister basically said she ran into a lady today and she was very surprised that even though she's a hijabi, that hijab is helping her out. Because she bought into the propaganda. And then she sent her Surah Al-Kahf and so on and so forth. You know, subhanAllah, wallah, I'm very happy that the sister brought this up. Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. Sometimes it's just the way you behave around them. Sisters, please stop looking at the baby. Right? Pay attention. It's very important. Actions speak louder than words, wallah. You can be sitting in front giving them all the theory and they just get switched off, but then how nicely you treat them can go a very, very long way. I think the Pakistanis, they have this saying, I think it's them. Right? If you want to be able to get to people's hearts, you can get to their hearts through their stomachs. What do you think, Sheikh? Being nice to them, taking them out, feeding them, and then dropping a gem and a pearl here and there. Right? So Surah Al-Kahf is good. Like if she tried to find out, okay, what does she believe? Is she a Christian? Talking to them about Prophet Isa ﷺ and the Virgin Mary that we Muslims believe in. You can't be a Muslim if you don't believe in Jesus. Do you guys know that? That person's a disbeliever if he doesn't believe in Jesus. And it's not funny when you walk past a cross outside and they've got a picture of Jesus like that and you've got people standing there laughing. That's not funny. You wouldn't accept that if Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was hanging like that or being made fun of. And then you got sometimes Muslims that walk past, wallahi, they find it funny. It's not funny. Khalas, Sheikh done? What do you guys have on the menu? Biryani. Yes? Honestly, guys, wallahi, you all have a very, very special place in my heart. I really, really love the university students, wallah. I really do. Right? Halal way, of course. I ask Allah to reunite us, right? Here in Manchester, the McDougalls, not in McDonald's, wal-iyadhu billah, right? In McDougalls here. And if Allah does not bring us back together, I ask Allah to reunite us in the highest part of Al-Jannah. Right? It's been an absolute pleasure. I know you guys are tired. Maybe next time we'll do it in a lecture hall with chairs. Huh, Ali?